morning, everybody. Welcome back to North of the River. My name's Mike, and behind the camera is my wife,
Carmen.
And today we're going to be, I don't know if we've said it in the previous videos or not, but we got chickens that are going to be hatching, or chicks that are going to be hatching tonight. This is Sunday. Tonight we're going to be candling them to see if what's developing in there. And then day 18, we take them off from cradling, and then day 20 is when they should be born. So today we're going to be putting a cover on top of the water trough, horse water trough. That's what we use for a brooder. So we're going to be using some wood and putting it on top with the heat lamp. And this is my pile of sawdust and wood chips that we'll be putting down at the bottom there for them to keep warm. And it's just from sawmilling. So I've got a whole trash can full of that. We're going to be using this here, but we're going to put a top on it. Well, it's going to open like this. So we can do one side at a time to feed and water them and change their bedding, sawdust. And we got some hinges here that we'll be using for the middle. So let's get right to it. We just took the horse water trough out of the back of the side-by-side and placed it on the bunk of the sawmill. And now, so we can have perfect height to work on it, now we're going to go out to the bunk of wood out there that I milled up.
Here's the wood we're going to go through. So what we did here was we got two boards that are 10 inches, about 10 inches wide on the sides, and then smaller board in the middle, so that we did have some overlap on the sides, so we can give it true ends so that we don't come up with a gap like this.
You know
what?
Can't use these. We gotta use six or 7s because we cut 4 and 4 is 8. This is almost 10. You're gonna have a center here, so I'm gonna cut through the blade. That's only 4 inches tall. So if you turn them upright like that, you only go 4 inches here, 4 inches here, then you're gonna have the center, so I'm gonna cut through.
Unless you just plane them.
Takes forever, man. And this one I probably want to cut off a little bit because that's running through the planer. Probably want to cut off, what,
about 6 inches.
What's that one?
You have like 4 on this side.
Yeah, so let's cut off.
We'll go off of the other board.
This one? This one's long enough, right? Well, this one's long enough, so this is 76. This one's 91. I'm going to cut this off.
So we did change some things up. We found two boards that are a little bit over 10 inches. So that's what we're going to be using. There'll still be a gap on the ends here, but that's okay. That'll give them some more ventilation in there because they'll need that.
Go 5/8 on those too.
So we found the wood also was thinner, so that'll give us less time having to plane it. So it was perfect.
one down now to be the same height as this.
You see the difference, huh?
Yeah, you see the difference here.
In the color.
Yeah. Well, this is before it planed in, this is after. That's good enough for the chickens, but we got big holes here already.
Yeah, when you put it through the planer, it took out those knots. Took 3 knots out. Yeah.
Here they are. There.
Will that mess up the planer?
It's not good for the blades, but it'll be all right.
He had to measure again because he didn't put the mark like I asked him to.
It's okay, it keeps my brain active.
Maybe I should have held it for you, huh? So let's see what this contraption looks like now. You're gonna put the wood so that it doesn't keep sliding like that, right?
Yeah, the spacers. Put spacers in there. So you're a little wider. There. Well, it broke.
The wood did?
Broke the wood in half, split that knot right here too.
Well,
you need thicker ones.
So this broke here.
Okay, so we need that. Replace these two with 1.5 inch.
Well, here's the finished project. So we had to do a little bit of gap. That's good because it'll give them some ventilation. And then we have the 2 hinges here. And And the way this is going to work is we'll lift it up. And we'll have one section that do their water, their food, their feed. And so what we did was put a 2x4 here where the hinges were on the other side, and then put a board in the middle and one at the end here. This one at the end is gonna prevent it from moving from side to side, so from here to here. These boards, these two boards, so this 2x4 and this 2x4 will avoid it from going back and forth. So I have a tight seal on that, or tight fit. See, and it doesn't slide off. So that's perfect. So any such the way he wants to put it open up, he can. So, and I don't know if he'll shave these off. He might. And we use this for the chickens we have right now, and so they did fine. We just didn't have a cover on it. We used these boards over here. We use these boards to cover them going across the shorter end. So we have 3 of those types of boards over it. And on one of the ends he'll put the lamp, but I think he might be able to see. So this is the end project. And it took us a couple hours. Looks simple, but we had to kind of alter our plans as we were going, since we didn't have an actual plan.
It's all strap wood.
Yep. This is what Michael made too. See how easy it is to pull out that planer.
These little chips right here.
The finer ones that are not like the sawmill ones.
Yeah, like these two right here. See how that chip and these little see how small those are?
Yeah.
And I changed the blades, and this is how big they come out like this. Look how big that is.
Oh, longer.
Yeah, they takes more bite off. Takes more.
That's your
Planer. No, you're not supposed to use cedar shavings for your chickens. It can kill them. This is all pine, so we use pine for all of our chickens in the chicken house, the lay house.
And we did that when they were chicks too. We used, I mean, what we used last time was very thin. This is nice and
well, we used this stuff right here.
yeah, the finer shaving.
From the sawmill. This is from the planer. So, and this will shrink when it dries. Probably good enough.
How many more days? We have about 11 more days before the chickens get here.
Probably good, huh, baby? You don't get too thick because then we'll get it in the water and stuff. That's too much.
That's good.
I think that's too much. It may be too much, huh?
A little bit. You don't want them drowning in it. So they can walk. That's good, baby.
No, it's gonna move when we lift it up anyway.
Yeah. All right, so now this Ranger here is our savior. You don't have to drag this contraption all the way to the front of the house or the backyard is where we're going to keep them at.
Like my wife said, like and subscribe, and we appreciate it. Appreciate you guys watching, and look forward to the next one.